My passive fighting will be 20.
What's your damage?
It is base 6.
Oh. So 20, that would be... They have 9, so that's 14. That is just 3 degrees.
Well, 3 degrees on base 6 is 18 damage.
Yep.
Safe to say that the remaining forces rout or get killed, I think.
Yep.
Well, 24 is going to suck for this guy if he moves.
Out of curiosity, Dark, I thought your fighting was 4, not like. How's your passive 20?
I have it written down as that.
So it'd be 4 times whatever your fighting is, plus 1 for every bonus die you have in the weapon.
Yeah.
And I have 3 bonus dice. Why is it set to 20 there? Oh,
so it should be 19.
Did I add the masterwork bonus? Not masterwork, the crossbow bonus in there? Am I
possible?
Okay, so it'd be 19.
It'll still do this.
Yeah, I have 3 dice. I use 1 dice for my training of my weapon. So.
Die the next attack as well.
Well, Baron would like to take the corpses there actually and do stuff.
Sure, you can do stuff to the corpses.
Shoots me a little bit.
I mean, there's lots of them now. More so than what you've killed, because the archers have had a pretty good shot, though not as much over here.
Yeah, no. It's only the ones that he kills.
It's basically you see the remaining people just like run. They don't want to. They're not gonna die to that. They don't have the greatest of morale right now.
Yeah.
The crossbows though stay seemingly.
Okay.
Just looking, since they are really in danger right now. None of them have died.
We'll get down on all fours then and pull the bodies into the tower.
Sure. You pull them by the pike.
Yeah.
Sure.
Use the pike as a hook and get them in.
Resta just looks at him.
As he will take 2 free eyes. Did he kill the last guy or did he just run?
He ran.
The last pike ran.
Yeah, okay. So he will take 2 eyes then.
Right. Is the jar with him up there?
Yeah.
He never lets go of the jar. You know this.
Took it up there just in case.
Yes.
Yeah, they look at him. Preston looks at him. Keith looks at him. They don't say anything. They just look as he like pulls the eyes out.
Scoops them out.
Across the hall, he hears a gasp as Eden Riceley looks over.
Poor Eden Riceley.
He does it over here. He can't see.
You bastards! What are you doing?
Honor!
You dishonest bastard!
He makes sure he doesn't.
Armin Castle is still sitting there. He hasn't fired his crossbow yet.
What an asshole.
And he's just kind of sitting there right now, looking sour.
He's gathering.
He wanted us to die. That's what it is.
No.
The enemy retreats, so they run back behind the shields of the crossbowmen. And a little time goes by, probably a little longer than you expected. Maybe there wasn't really a contingency plan for the initial assault sort of happening. They seem to have attacked with numbers about the same as you have defending, though. Perhaps they just thought that your men wouldn't actually stand and fight, and more so just run. The ladders are still there, but there's not really an easy way to sort of go out and flip them over. And it also seems like they could just raise them up again with little effort, as the walls right now are just there to sort of screen you from being really, really tough.
Since we don't have any archers on the walls anyway.
Do we have time for some dressing of wounds?
You can take care of your damage, like your health damage is gone. That's fine.
Sure.
You can catch your breath and.
Can I get like a replacement tower shield up in here?
Can smack 2 shields together, maybe.
Smack 2 shields. Just nail 2 shields together. There we go.
You could take the cover I'm behind. I can get some new cover. The door that Baron built.
I imagine since this place is supposed to hold a lot more soldiers, we're now missing. Should be.
You can have a large shield. They don't really have tower shields hanging around.
Oh well.
Lots of large shields now.
It's exactly the same combat defense then. So
You might as well have a spare one in case they break it.
yeah,
just put next to you, extra.
Just,
yeah,
like, put them on the barricades.
Yeah, we'll get like shields everywhere so that we can pop
with the
to get them.
bodies.
Yeah.
Go down, you just fall over because all the shields slide around.
If anyone wants a combat drug, like a fire milk or milk of the puppet, just sweep in case of emergency.
Well, fire milk wouldn't help us. That's only for recovering wounds.
That's true. But milk of the puppet to ignore your wounds and keep fighting if it's emergency. I can dole out a few of those.
Sure.
Yeah, I also kind of feel like I should actually be at the gate. Because you're gonna get overwhelmed over there otherwise. Don't have anyone who can take out multiple targets.
Eric will look at Baron and say, just go. We'll handle this.
Just go. All right.
You seem a bit wounded too, so maybe it's better if you fall back.
No, I can't.
Owl just looks at the eyes and says, you should probably go.
I am.
Because yes, he should be bolstering our own men's morale by doing it in line of sight.
Well, it wasn't really an option. So they want me to leave then? Yeah.
Howell seems to, someone's leaving. Well, Eric is mocking you. Seems to try to ignore the whole eye thing. I mean, cutting off people's arms and feet in battle is one thing to them, seemingly, but sort of defacing corpses and storing them in glass jars is a whole different level of fucked up.
Sure. I will then proceed to leave. Go to the gate.
Essentially swapping positions here.
Well, we left the east side in their capable hands.
Yeah. Also leaves one less place for us to actually play out.
Yeah, it does. So we'll look to Bree and say, so now that's dealt with. Well, the real battle can begin.
But Bree says, yes, now they know that we really are capable. They'll send the best.
It's just, I don't know as much as they say about this ball guy, but, well, I can't imagine it'll take long now. If I were out there, I'd go myself, but I hear he's not that kind of person. So.
No, I hear that too, and we can't go after him because of...
She looks out the tower, all the crossbows, looks over at Mancer.
I hate those kinds of weapons. It's cowardly. Not a real fight in them.
Absolutely. Terrible. Why, they should climb up those ladders themselves.
Says they should.
They
doubt they would give us much of a fight.
Right, they want to shoot us, they can do it right in our faces.
They can try. Here, Ashra looks to Larg with a more grim determination and says, so we humiliated him. We humiliated him once. She pulls the spiked piece of wood out of him. Throws it on the ground. Now it begins, really.
Alaric nods.
You did you were kind of hard pressed over here.
He looks at Averin. So, yeah, I doubt. So I doubt the towers will be the main focus now.
I doubt that also. A change of
Few men,
formation
surely,
here might actually help.
Keep us pressed. Yeah.
Yes, we might want to change up our formation over here by the gate. Because this is not optimal. The rubble here is here for a reason, and we should use it.
Different mods. Looks true. So Ren, if you would be near one of the entry points, then we could send someone to the tower and We could knock down the tower when we need to. Just moves over here. Looks at the rubble, frowns slightly.
Sorry, I was away for a second there.
He wanted you to be like close to one of the towers.
We should be able to knock these down once.
I mean, like, where is the exact entry point to the towers?
Like here, right?
Yeah.
So just like on the other side of the rubble?
Yeah.
Or
Generally.
Mm.
The pikemen, though, will have a pretty good attack on us from the other side of this pile. We won't be able to reach them, but they can at least try to reach us.
Yes. And if they do come, we have to rush forward, but they'll probably not be in front. We should do is probably stand over here and have the soldiers, the garrison, stand on these sides.
Sure. Garrison can fight over here. Put them like this.
And we can cover like this area here.
The important people can get to be over here.
Yeah.
People who matter. People we care about.
Yeah. I think Ren should be in front, like there.
It's like, put him here. It's like
Just alone.
Ren,
Lone
stay
swordsman.
there.
well, no,
Light armor.
I mean, one of the best
You won't
points.
catch on fire from burning tar, will you? No, just pour it.
There is something for me to say being me in front. Also has the shortest reach out of everyone, I think. Could be true.
Yeah.
Can I have a reach of 1? You guys reach 2 at least, right?
Still my brand. Looks out at people lining up. We should be out there.
Bree looks outside. Why?
Because that's where the main fighting's gonna happen.
Why are we protecting these towers then?
Look, someone just because the guy told us to. He was very rude about it too. Honestly, I don't really feel like doing what he says. So he says, besides, my brand here's got it. Right, Donald. Just look so and say, I would not presume to ask a young girl to fight with. See, he's totally. It's fine.
Bree says, "Well, you shouldn't be alone. Like maybe one of the other towers can send someone over." Bree like looks out.
Yeah. He says, yeah, they should. We shouldn't have to deal with this. Besides, we're the worst ones, right? We couldn't hold this tower by ourselves, surely.
Bree looks at me and says, "Well, but if the elephants come, we can use the wall to jump onto them."
So this is, suppose that's true.
Like if we're down there in all of that, and she like gestures towards like all of the bodies, how are we gonna climb up the elephant? I mean, I guess.
So there's this the gatehouse then.
Yes, the gatehouse. Beautiful.
That's what you sort of see. As I Bree walk over, I kick down a body as they go.
Just like sprint across with the crossbow bolts. Don't shoot us.
Basically, they do fly. Don looking at the door. Well, I suppose we are supposed to hold the stair. We'll go down to the bottom of the stair and stand there instead.
Ah, there you go. Use your pike here, motherfucker.
Looks up at you two, like next to the tar.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not visible. If I'm fucking visible, the crossbows can shoot me.
Maybe we'll hear Mans or something.
Oh yeah, probably. We'll go right down on its back. It won't even know what hit it.
Bree says, "Absolutely." He's bumped.
So, Mansa, are you up there?
Just,
No.
got this barrel here. Just tell me when you need it.
Indeed, we will.
Bree calls up, "I have the other barrel too."
Where sticky stuff is.
Just slide it and push it.
Baron,
Cautious. Look over to the tower.
Baron, I can see you through this crack. You don't look like the one who should be giving advice.
It's bleeding. He says like a. Then he looks to Bree and sort of stops for a second, like, no, I'll say that.
I'm not too badly hurt.
Do we want to send someone to help Marbrand?
He'll be fine.
Someone should probably go over there.
I mean, Damon could, but he's all the way. I'd have to brave all of the like. He's like
Hobbling slowly
Damon!
down here, probably.
Yeah, not.
Because he did still have a shattered leg, so he is particular slow.
I did my best.
But he'll make his way.
now 2 towers are in the hands of the traitors. What have we wronged?
There's different flags raising them and people are opening the gate.
At secret tower gates.
It was all a long con.
All because Bree and Manzer wanted to leap atop an elephant. Oh,
And, in the
whimsical
distance,
dreams.
you do hear a trumpeteering sound, a strange sound
Oh.
that you have not heard before. It seems perhaps that whoever is responsible for this whole thing didn't take too well to you first insulting his emissaries, and then actually, like, killing his men. He was not super happy about that.
This has been a rough quarter moon for Fireball.
Yeah, things are not great, and he doesn't even like these people. That's the thing.
Also, he doesn't actually have that much food and stuff with him because they haven't been plundering and foraging. So
Yep.
they don't have that much supplies, all in all.
As you hear, basically,
You might run out of steam.
Enza looks up and looks over at Bree and says, "Here they come. There's a lot of them, not just the big ones."
He like swivels to like look out the window, the front gate, or like one of the like windows.
And you basically see a few of the lumbering beasts, 3 of them, walking towards this place. You also see in the distance that the people are moving around what Kieran at least would know as the siege camp, potentially to get the fire throwers ready. Beyond that, you see a large group of different army elements moving into position where they could potentially charge rather fast by simply moving them up to the crossbow line. Since there's not really anyone on the walls challenging them, there's no real danger in waiting a little too close to the walls. Simply allowing them to send in whatever units might be necessary. You basically see a bit of whatever this place has to have, except for Fireball's own forces. Those are not here on the front line. Pyromancers, like elite mercenaries, elephants, veteran mercenaries and their pikemen, crossbowmen, all present and getting ready for a push.
Bree calls out the other side. Alaric, they've got a bit of everything out there now.
He looks through the gate and says, "Good."
Kevin shouts out to the archers, "Try, if you see a pyromancer, shoot it."
Hey, Mancer.
What does a pyromancer look like?
He has... Oh, for crying out loud.
Hey, Mancer. Hey,
Sure.
I managed to... I didn't show you this, but, look. Like, Bree will, like, reach in and pull out, like, one of the clay pots. I got this from the camp.
Motherfucker!
You smear this thick wax on your body, and the pyromancer stuff won't set you on fire. It'll fall right off you.
It looks at it and says, you, sort of just greedily grabs one and begins smearing it all over his face.
Yes.
How many of those did you get?
Oh, it'll be enough basically to cover like Mancer, myself, and then like someone's face or like hands.
This man sort of smears his entire body in it.
Give it to like a lark's face or something.
So does Bree. Bree's thinking that way when we jump on the elephants and they try to use fire to knock us off, we'll laugh at them.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Just sort of nods. Wreathed in flames, huh? Won't you get me some words?
Yeah. And then after several minutes, hey, I still have that clay jar. Alaric, it should be enough to cover your face and hands. That way what we talked about yesterday?
Sure looks over. Says, She's right. You won't have as good luck as I would with burn scars all over.
Alaric smirks and says, "Varen's already a lost cause anyway."
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll look into.
Special type of lady. Nothing is beyond our ability.
Could we focus on the task at hand, please?
Is that your jar over there?
Would you prefer like?
It's like
the
that
small
balance precariously over here within
Nope,
reach
nope,
of him.
nope,
It's like.
Securely
Yeah.
deep in my backpack.
Just don't let your backpack get set on fire.
Sure.
Oh no,
The
burning
jar
eyes.
is fire resistant.
Sure, we can.
Now get easy tested.
Sure, we can give what's left of the clay pot to Alaric.
Sure. Put it on.
He is still betrothed after all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we
he
don't
is
want to be-
seemingly trying to get out of that as hard as he can.
Let's try put some on the face, the hands, and the groin. Those are really the important parts.
Excuse me. Like
I really don't want to get burned here, and here.
and
He's like,
everyone's like, yeah,
Don't
no.
worry, Marie, I just gotta apply. I mean, everyone is like, yeah, you know.
I can risk.
Is there any more of that?
Sir Lakewood, put your
Oh,
pants
God,
back on. Good lord.
As he's rubbing his genitals in the middle of the courtyard. What the fuck?
I imagine a naked Lakewood is Roadhog from Overwatch, basically. It's
Yes.
Just, it's just flab and muscle.
Surprisingly muscular underneath the layers of fat that he is.
I'm very
produced.
impressed over here. You know, it's like, well.
Right. So back to this.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, I think we were doing a thing.
Yes.
Thing.
It's stiff because now suddenly there are a few people that are participating really, which makes this a lot easier.
That's part of it too. Like we leave the NPCs so that there's fewer
Do
things
their
to
own
get
thing.
track of.
Make it a little faster. And no, it's like there's a person who could deal with them at some other time that you don't actually need to be super around for. All right, man, sir. Let's roll some initiatives for all of us so we can sort of line up our.
I'm not even gonna roll.
You're not even gonna roll.
Even gonna roll? Just assign yourself a 0.
You got a 5 or
Oh,
like
no,
a
no,
6 or 10 last time. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give it a
sure,
go.
but-
There we go.
I'm not gonna beat Kevin anyway.
Well, who says that we're? I mean,
It doesn't
Like,
matter
It's
if you
the
beat.
No, we're
enemy
not-
you're trying to beat.
Yeah.
We're not in like groups anymore.
No.
Nope.
No, that's done. Now we have few
Aye,
enough people that we can handle you without being in them.
Right.
we still have 200 mercenaries though, so.
Yeah. So they're all gonna be in groups, and there's gonna be about.
I apparently burned my speed last time down to 14. I go.
Kevin is proud of himself again. It's like, yeah. Still got this.
Without
so result even
Alaric's,
with the penalty. 12.
without Alaric's direction.
You know why Ren is going so much slower? He doesn't want to go first. Fire's coming.
He looks at it, it's like,
Fire is probably coming.
Vern leans over like, best of luck.
You know, last fight with all those pikes, Ren wasn't that nervous. Now he's nervous.
burning is not that bad.
Oh god.
It's just a little bit of
And,
fire.
Bree's all like, I guess we should wait until we knock these down before we jump, right?
They are protected against fire.
Actually, it wouldn't be that good if the elephants got scared in here.
Well.
This is what happens when you're the only character who really understands these things.
Yep.
You hear the horn being
it's too late.
blown.
Oh god. That's when I realized what a horrible mistake they made.
No.
No. Wait. No.
The towers didn't have any arrow slits looking out, or did they?
They do.
Is it possible for Kevin to spend the approach of these in one of the towers, trying to snipe some elephant raiders?
Perhaps. But for simplicity's sake, I'll say stay where you are.
Bad Jonas.
No,
But I
it's
will
a
also-
fine idea.
Van will scream up to the ones up there, don't drop the fire on the elephants.
He said to fire on elephants, okay.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
Did you hear fire and elephants? Yeah.
If
okay,
we're gonna
right,
use
yeah.
this thing, we're gonna use it before we jump. So.
Free nods.
Don't burn the elephant!
Who listens to bastards anyway? This is the reason why we're in a civil war, right, Manson?
Ha!
That is actually true. Yeah. It's bad blood, they say. You know. It's...
Free nods again.
shakes his head. He hasn't listened enough to really sort of.
So players, prepare for
Competition.
the stampede of flaming elephants.
I'm gonna just jump into the river and save me into trouble.
I hate all of you.
Baron is having a bad day. Everyone is picking at him.
Oh.
Oh, Varen.
It's not my fault
You
your character's a
sourpuss.
bastard.
You know, he has so many negative things, like so many drawbacks that at some point,
Yeah.
Like,
just
he's
because
Gonna
of
bite us in the
he's a
ass so
bastard.
fucking hard.
He yanks eyeballs out of people's heads.
he's the ugliest man,
Surely we should listen to him.
you know.
Said
He
no
doesn't
one.
have any drawbacks on being ugly.
Well, actually, you know, Lord Caswell at least implied it.
He's not into big scarred
Murderers.
mercenaries.
Should just have gotten marked anyway, doesn't really matter anymore.
Please.
Just keep piling it up. I mean, how much worse can it get, right?
Oh god.
You're just this walking scar tissue at some point.
Yeah.
It's basically you hear the stomping feet of way more people than you really want to have appear in this kind of situation. And in front is indeed one of the famed war elephants.
Oh, great. Look at this thing.
Oh. Look at those guys.
Oh. Mm.
I'm so hyped
Yay.
right now.
Are these the guys with the tower shields?
They have tower shields.
Here's my replacement.
Come to.
It's only a lesser action to pick up weapons and stuff.
Exactly.
Mhm.
As long as it's within your character's reach. So.
Sort this whole thing. So they will move into the point where they can actually be engaged, assuming none of you want to run out into the hail of death.
Actually,
It's outside.
Actually.
Charge the elephant.
Kevin can reach them out there, so
Yeah, he can
can't-
shoot.
he can
Easily
reach them
shoot
through
at
an elephant.
at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
Go.
All right.
Begins to run.
Flaming
Dangerous.
arrows is gonna hit Elephant Rider 4 and 3, I think, because we want to take control away from of the elephant from them, and if I can make them burn a little bit, all the better. So let's do that. Do they seem to be heavily armored?
The riders are somewhat armored, but not very heavily. Medium armor, basically.
First arrow.
Remember, it's a penalty dice, not.
Oh yeah! God fucking damn it!
But that's, you know, you
Just
rolled
roll
a
it again.
22, so I don't really.
I'll take the 22.
Yeah. Just do the 5, 4, and 1.
All right. Sure. That is 2 degrees.
That would be 16.
16. We'll kill him.
And to die, and we have a +1. And then the other guy, for 19.
It is still 2 degrees.
Okay, 16 again. 5 arrows hitting both of them.
Fuck yeah!
You die like hanging onto it in there. Things. Is it like just what's out a
Look, Kevin
wild
cleared the way for us,
elephant
Mancer.
howl?
And like 2 flame balls on the side of the elephant.
Yep, the elephant's like, what?
He's comfortable staying in here right now. Just the approach here is mostly for Kevin's benefit. As we can bring closer in to get cover from the shooting.
Can I declare I'm an acrobatic defense?
Yes, we can say that you're acrobatic defense. On
the
that,
elephant.
I imagine we can sort of just move to the elephant actually doing stuff. Though I imagine Mantic doesn't have time for it. But Bree, you can, I suppose, prepare to.
Bree would pass. Like, you get the 2 bonus dice for next action.
Sure. Well, then we get to Mr. Elephant, who isn't really directed now. So he will mostly just go forward. Which
Care about the fire.
their luck. He begins to move faster. It's not a lot of fire. It's mostly just a flaming arrow hitting a guy and then sizzling. Has a little bit of fire begins burning to it. He has a very thick skin. This thing. So he will certainly just move forward. He can move to there. He just begins to get up speed. Slowly moving its head back and forth as it passes through the gate, shattering like all the little scraps and just kicking the corpses everywhere and like stomping them basically flat. You can hear it hits like a rib cage that just like caves in, shattering as it like makes a noise of discomfort as it gets poked with pieces of ribs at its foot. This thing is probably the biggest living thing you've ever seen. Maybe Varen has seen like a whale once swimming in the water somewhere, but beyond that, these are definitely huge, and they're armored, and they don't look in any way friendly as they come barreling in. Worse yet, you can hear there more behind this one. Oh, I need a sort of a cat. There we go.
Jesus, if I could like rake my ears apart.
Yeah, it jumped up to my chest, grabbed me with claws, and then began trying to nuzzle my beard. It's just a thing.
Fuck. What's wrong with your cat?
It's that.
It's a thing.
Prepare to basically move in. Mancer, well, he will look at Bree and then he will leap on the elephant.
All right.
That was the deal, and he doesn't know if he's gonna live through this, but he's gonna try to leap on an elephant. And what kind of check would it be to leap on
Athletics for actually jumping.
Most probably, yes. Athletics to do the proper jump. And if he doesn't get a really good roll on that, then there will certainly be some balance, I think, trying to stay on, like, somehow.
Or just strength to hold on to it for dear life on the armor.
Just grabbing the elephant. This is difficult. But he is pretty strong. So we'll do a jump here. And he does have some armor penalty as well.
He just does a clear jump.
So that's fairly good. I'd say that's good enough. That's an amazing
That's
DC,
heroic
basically.
right there, yeah.
So he will land and grab onto the elephant. Now, elephants are too big for you to immobilize them by grabbing them, but you can indeed hold on to the elephant, riding on it.
Makes perfect sense that we can't immobilize it.
Does it still take a penalty to combat defense?
Steer the elephant.
It doesn't
Mancer.
really care if there's a person on it.
Steer the
As he will try to punch the elephant.
Yes!
He'll try to.
Yes. All right.
Oh god,
Because
man.
that's what he
like
does.
good punch that elephant.
And he punches the elephant. And certainly hits it for a lot of degrees. So